Hello, my earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. This reading is for my divine feminines tuning in, watching for a lost connection, those who are in separation from your divine masculine. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what the problem is, why you guys initially went into separation, what continues to perhaps be a problem. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. General as always, guys, so it's not going to resonate with every single person. Please do take from it what makes sense for you personally and release the rest. This deck by Fire Witch Tarot, WTF, is the problem. So it does contain profanity. If that sort of thing bothers you, if you're not interested in hearing this portion, you're more than welcome to fast forward to the next section. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look and see for this lost connection. Divine feminines, when it comes to your masculine, what's going on? Let's take a look at that. For earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. And I have a card flying off my desk. One second. Okay. We have stop pointing fingers. So this could have been a situation between you and your masculine where you guys were just playing the blame game, so to speak, you know, not really taking responsibility for your own individual actions. It's like, no, you did it. No, you did it. You know, so it was constantly pointing fingers. So take that if it applies. This kind of makes sense for me as well. It does say be more responsible, and that would alleviate the pointing of the fingers, you know, because you are basically taking responsibility for your own actions, divine feminine, and your masculine needs to be able to do the same. And then we have stop ignoring the signs. All right, so no profanity for you guys, which is good because this deck definitely contains it. All right, so let's go ahead and see what's up with that. Let's clarify. Okay, so I'm going to pull from my tarot teacher deck here. For earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, what else do we need to know here when it comes to this lost connection with your divine masculine? So depending, of course, on how things played out between the two of you, you guys could have been arguing and bickering and just blaming each other for whatever happened. But it really comes down to taking responsibility for yourself and your own actions. And whatever these signs are, they could be red flags for this connection. Maybe you guys were ignoring it to begin with, which is why you had to go your separate ways and why it is now a lost connection. For earth signs, so we do have a reverse card. We do have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so my divine feminines, perhaps your masculine sees you as someone who was perhaps smothering them at the time. Okay, this could also be indicative of someone who's a self-centered feminine. So obviously take that only if it applies. But somebody who's jealous, someone who's smothering the masculine. Okay, if this does not apply to you personally, you the viewer, divine feminine, then maybe they were dealing with somebody who was like that in their life. This could also indicate a bad mother figure in their life. So if they didn't have a good relationship with their mother, that could also have played a role in why they had issues in their own life. So obviously take that only if it makes sense. This could also be indicative of work and home conflicts for the feminine here. So if that applies, you know, that's your situation, then that's what's presenting itself here. Let's see what else. What else when it comes to this connection? We do have the Star, which is so beautiful. Some of you guys could be dealing with an Aquarian here. So it comes down to, as I've mentioned, taking responsibility for yourself. Your masculine has to be able to do the same thing. And I love actually how this is coming through because, again, Queen of Pentacles coming up in the reverse for some of my feminines. This is also about self-care. The Star could also be about self-care. So it might ultimately come down to you and your masculine being able to take care of yourselves individually in the meantime during this time of separation, and however way you need to do that. The Star is about rejuvenation of your own energy, your own spirit, and what it is that you're wanting to do in your life. Of course, it can indicate a fulfilled wish, that there is the possibility that this lost connection can still be a wish that can manifest for some of you. We'll have to see what the rest of the cards bring forward. Stop ignoring the signs. What is up with that? What signs were you guys ignoring, Divine Feminines, when it comes to your masculine here? So we do have the Five of Pentacles. Someone was left out in the cold here. Maybe it was you that ended up leaving your masculine out in the cold. Maybe you detached. Especially if they were ignoring the red flags or whatever signs you might have been giving them because they weren't taking responsibility for themselves. This indicates the breakup, the separation between the two of you, but also letting us know this hasn't been an easy journey for either of you. It's been difficult. There's been a lot of insecurities here since you guys have been in separation. But this is interesting that we've got the Judgment card coming up right after that. So I feel your masculine could be going through an awakening. Maybe Divine Feminine, you are going through that as well. Because this is a transition that's happening for this lost connection. There's this need to really take a look at the past and what went wrong and what's not going to work should you guys continue to be in that type of energy. Because there is this need for healing. There's this need for apologies and forgiveness. There is this need perhaps to make amends for what happened before. And the Star card, again, a wish that can come true, letting you know that there's still hope, that you guys can perhaps fix this. So I wouldn't be surprised, really, if there's a possibility of reuniting with your masculine. So we'll add to that, of course, and see what else you need to know for this reading. So let's go ahead and see the energy of where your masculine is at right now. We'll pull from the Moody Moon Messages Masculine Edition deck. This is by Sister Moon Tarot. Angels and Spirit Guides, please, for Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, Divine Feminines tuning in, watching for a masculine for this lost connection. We've got rigid, cold, unyielding, detached. And then we've got toxic, self-destructive addictions. So right now, where your masculine is at, is they're surrounding themselves with this very cold vibe, possibly because of the detachment from the feminine. They could also be engaged in toxic behaviors right now. Self-destructive, addictive behavior. Whatever that might be. They could be abusing drugs, substance abuse, alcoholism, sex abuse, whatever it is, sex addiction, gambling, whatever this toxicity is. This is where your masculine is at currently. Look at this, abandoned. So they have abandonment issues, perhaps either from past trauma that they've experienced. It might not even be related to this connection, although it could be. Left behind, hurt, and triggered. So what I'm getting for some of you when it comes to your divine masculine, and I've said this in readings before, hurt people hurt people. If your masculine, when you guys met, if they were somebody who was already hurt by previous partners or even family trauma, and if they didn't take the time to heal from that, especially if they are used to being the victim of abandonment, used to people leaving them behind, maybe what you guys could have been dealing with is a masculine who didn't want to endure that, and therefore they tend to walk away, they tend to run away or end things before things get too serious, maybe, or if they're just uncomfortable with how the connection was going. Something might have really triggered this masculine when it comes to the connection. So let's see. We'll have to take a look and see what that's about. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab some cards from my Illuminated Star Tarot. I'm getting all tongue-tied here. I've got all these thoughts running through my head. All right, so Divine Feminines, let's see what else we need to find out when it comes to your masculine here for this lost connection. Honestly, I'm just getting that they're not in a good place right now. I'm getting too that when you were in their life, not to say that this was a perfect relationship by any means, but what I'm just getting intuitively is you were good for this masculine. You made them happy. Life was fun, beautiful, loving, happy. You guys had fun together. And all of these very heavy energies that are now presenting itself when it comes to your masculine, I feel all of these things were, perhaps for a minute, for the time that you guys were together, non-existent. And I'm getting too for the masculine that these things existed before you even came into their life. And when you entered their life, it's almost as if you helped them to forget all of these things. And once you guys went into separation and it turned into a lost connection, all of these things resurfaced. That's what I'm getting for your masculine. They had issues. Look at this. So right now, Divine Feminines, you're coming through as the Empress. Some of you guys, this could be the father of your children, because the Empress can represent motherhood. Or you already have children from other relationships. Maybe your masculine does too. Right now, clearly you guys are detached. You're not together. They feel this very cold energy when it comes to the connection with the feminine. We do have the Nine of Cups, which is a beautiful card. It's a card of satisfaction, a wish that can manifest emotional stability. But right now, they're anything but emotionally stable when it comes to your masculine. Right now, they're engaged in very addictive, toxic behavior. There's a part of them, I feel, that wants to be able to manifest this wish back to you, but they've got a lot of stuff that they are dealing with. Look at this message. We've got the Five of Cups here. Grief, loneliness, old wounds, clarifying, abandoned, left behind, hurt, and triggered. It makes total sense here. Some of you guys could be dealing with a water sign here. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Your masculine has to be able to heal whatever these old wounds, whatever is triggering them. That's what I'm getting for your masculine. And it's not your issue. It's not your problem to fix this for them. They need to be able to fix that on their own. Okay? It's not your job, Divine Feminine, to be able to help your masculine in this way. They need to be able to help themselves. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some words from your masculine. I'm going to pull from the Divine Masculine Revelations deck. This is by Mystic Moon. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. So what is in your masculine's heart space? What are they thinking and feeling right now when it comes to this lost connection? Afflicted. Our connection still affects me, you see? Even though you guys are a lost connection, you're at a distance from one another, you have made an impact on this masculine. It affects them to this day. But for some of you guys, it affects them in a very painful way because they are triggered by something about it that might have something to do with past trauma from previous partnerships, or even, again, their upbringing. Look at this. We've got karma. I'm finally feeling the consequences of my actions. So for some of you, Divine Feminines, your masculine did something to hurt you. Again, if they were hurt, what they were going to turn around and do is end up hurting you too. But they also see you as someone who's irreplaceable. I keep comparing others to you. That's where your masculine is at. That's what it is that they need you to understand right now when it comes to this partnership. So let's clarify these messages. I'm going to pull from my Modern Day Seers Tarot and Oracle, Tarot with a Twist. If you are new to my channel, this is a deck that I created especially for advanced beginners who would like to learn how to read tarot. The majority of the cards, it's got upright and reversed meaning, so it makes it really easy to learn tarot. And the twist here is I've included new oracle messages as well as new court cards. So Divine Feminine, Earth signs, let's see where your masculine is at. What else do we need to know here? What else? Look at this, 10 of Wands. It makes sense for me. Your masculine needs to learn to lay down these heavy burdens that they have been carrying. I feel they stress themselves out, or as a result of being in separation from you, again, all of their old issues resurfaced. And it's been an uphill struggle for your masculine. Hasn't been an easy journey whatsoever. The connection still affects them. But there's also certain aspects of the connection that might be triggering them, as I've mentioned, and they need to be able to lay those things down in order to address why they feel that way. But yeah, karma. They feel the consequences of their actions. 5 of Pentacles. Did that not already come through? Let me just double check here. Yeah, look at that. Left out in the cold. So Divine Feminine, for those of you that resonate with this, you left your masculine out in the cold. You perhaps abandoned them, or you walked away from this person because they did something to you that hurt you. It's a repetitive pattern, I feel, when it comes to your masculine. And then we've got the yellow rose coming through here. This is a rose related to friendships. And perhaps when you guys first met, when you connected, you guys were the best of friends. And it went towards a different direction, obviously. You make each other happy. That's what I get here. They still care for you, Divine Feminine. Your masculine still cares for you. The attraction is still here. Love and affection still here. This also represents good luck here, which reminds me very much of the energy of the Wheel of Fortune. So maybe things can still turn back around. This could be a connection that comes back around for you, especially since they see you as someone who's irreplaceable. They might have gotten themselves into other connections, other relationships, trying to replicate what you guys had to begin with. They couldn't do it. They could not do it. And I'm also getting for some of the masculines that because they couldn't replicate the relationship that you guys have had, they then, because they've had their own abandonment issues, turn around and enter into these short-lived relationships, and then they ended up abandoning someone else. So again, a repetitive pattern is what I'm getting for some masculines here, and that's a part of the burden that they've been carrying, and also a part of the burden that they need to heal. Again, not your job to do it. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some additional messages from this deck. A Connection Lost Somewhere in Time by Angelic Revelation 144. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Divine Feminines watching for a Divine Masculine for this lost connection. What else? We have conflict. I don't like this tension between us. Why can't you just tell me how you truly feel so we can clear the air? Look at that. But obviously that's a little bit difficult for a lost connection because you guys are at a distance from one another. And I'm assuming for the majority that there is no interaction in the 3D. So there might be telepathic communication going on here. There could be 5D interaction if you relate to that. Look at this. You stay on my mind. There's not a day goes by that you are not in my thoughts or in my dreams. Divine Feminine, they think about you all the time. I feel when it comes to your masculine, 24/7 they think about you. Look at this. No air. Living without you is like trying to live without air. How can I breathe without you? And then there's that reference to air. So some of you guys could be dealing with an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. And I feel when it comes to your masculine, they create their own conflicts. They create their own drama because of past traumas that they haven't healed. And again, that might not even have anything to do with you. They had issues going in. They could have been a broken masculine when you met them. And for a while, you helped them to forget about their problems and their issues. And once you guys went your separate ways for whatever reason, all of those things resurfaced and they're not in a good place, is what I'm feeling here. That's just what I'm getting. All right, so let's clarify with my Tabby Tarot Teacher deck here. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, Divine Feminines, watching for a lost connection, for the Divine Masculine that is not with you at this point in time. What else do we need to know, please, for Earth signs? We do have the Hangman. Some of you guys could be dealing with a Pisces, or maybe Divine Feminine. You might have Pisces in your chart. So this is the need to let go. I feel you guys have already done that, obviously, since you're not together. But it might also be a blessing in disguise that you're not together. There was a reason why you had to put a stop to something, why you might have had to walk away, or even a scenario for some of you where the masculine walked away. They might have done you a favor here, Divine Feminine, because they have had some issues that they need to deal with. It's been a struggle, I feel. But the Hangman is also a need for change, metamorphosis, in order for you guys to move forward here. Either be able to find your way back to each other, or at least learn from this whole experience to be able to find happiness again. Because there's just no guarantee of a reunion or reconciliation. I feel it's possible for some of you because you have a masculine here who cannot stop thinking about you, and perhaps trying to compare all of these other relationships to you, and they can't seem to replicate it, as I've mentioned. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's just this burning desire to want to reach out, to try to find you, to reconnect, and be together with you again. You see, there's a reason why this is coming through again, that 10 of Wands. It's this heaviness that they have been holding on to when it comes to you, when it comes to other things that they've experienced in their life. It's almost as if you could equate all of the drama that they've experienced in their life, either self-induced or something that happened, either through their upbringing or prior relationships, even before they met you. Think of it as this heavy brick that they just keep piling up on top of their shoulders. All of these bricks that just keep adding up, and they're not dealing with it. So it just keeps getting heavier and heavier and heavier. And it's going to get to a point where they can't carry it any longer. They cannot and will not be able to carry it any longer. Okay? Some of you guys might have truly dealt with a situation where, again, either of you could have walked away from this relationship because for some of you there could have been sneakiness going on here, there could have been infidelities, there could have been third-party situations that were a part of this scenario. And so here they are, perhaps realizing that they can't breathe without you, that they can't live without you, they can't seem to find other connections that could even match up to what you guys had. But they also brought this drama in. So yeah, there's some changes that need to happen here. And I feel it's possible. You've got the Wheel of Fortune coming in right after that. Good luck, good karma, finally replacing bad karma, perhaps. We've got cards that are presenting itself here where it's practically screaming very loudly that there's change that needs to happen here. Without change, this is not going to move forward. And I feel a lot of those changes fall on your masculine's shoulders. And until they implement those changes, you guys are kind of at a standstill, where you're at a stalemate. But again, that's not up to you, Divine Feminine, to be able to fix that. It is up to your masculine. But there really is the possibility that this wish can still manifest itself. I don't think it's an impossible situation. And then we've got the Chariot coming in. So a triumphant outcome, that is certainly possible. allowing you guys to overcome the challenges of this partnership. It's, it's not a done deal, I don't think. There's a really good chance that despite what's happened and why you guys are a lost connection, I feel there's a chance for some of you to find your way back to each other. Okay, so let's wrap it up with some final messages here. I'm going to pull from the Lover's Oracle deck. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. I love it. So just be very grateful, be thankful, come from a place of gratitude, because your angel guides, the universe, is picking up off of that gratitude and will be able to help you and perhaps your masculine to be able to manifest this back into union. Look at the bottom of the deck. We've got transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. Whatever broke you guys up, whatever the reason as to why this is a lost connection, you guys can find your way back to each other. But again, it starts with change. That is where the transformation comes in. All right, so one final message from your guardian angels here. We have peace. I love it. Calm your thoughts and move your awareness to a peaceful space inside your heart. This applies to your masculine as well. This can apply to both of you. Feel the ebb and flow of love, the eternal movement of the stars. Your life is forever unfolding to greater spheres of love. Relax and do not worry about anything, for all is well. You will soon enter a time of well-earned peace and tranquility. What this is telling me here is, even though you guys might have had a very traumatic, painful breakup, and why this is a lost connection could have been very painful. There's a lot of healing that needs to happen here. That's also a part of the transformation. But peace can be restored. Peace can be restored here. So intuitively, what I'm getting, my earth signs, is this might not be a lost connection forever. I feel there's an opportunity for you guys to find your way back. All right, so that's where I'm going to end this one, guys. I do hope whatever part of it relates to you and your situation, that it helps you out, at least letting you know that there's hope, that peace can be restored between you and your masculine. And if you're interested in your own private reading, that info is down below. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you next time.